So how do you think about the checks and balances? At the beginning of this second Trump term, you were a little more concerned about the country descending into authoritarianism than I think you are today.
I was saying this on our show tonight because I live in the present. Because I see things that happen and then I change my views according to what's going on now. I was saying that there was a slow-moving coup before he was elected the first time. And also, as you recall, that he would never concede when everyone said you smoke too much pot. But that was the case. He still hasn't conceded in 2020.
He still talks about it being a rig
and
election.
that's a terrible thing. I've also seen him stopped in many ways. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not still alarmed by what he very often tries to do. But I have seen Congress, the New York Times had a big story, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, talking about the budget changes he tried to make within each department. Almost none of them came about. They're almost the exact same budget going to each, including ones he tried to get rid of altogether.
Look, I mean, DOGE, the biggest thing he started off with, lasted for how many months? And how much was done?
DOGE was horrible.
Right.
And so was what ICE was doing.
Had to get out of Minnesota.
Yeah. But
is this his incompetence?
But what I'm saying,
these real checks and balances.
These are real. These are real checks and balances. Yeah. Congress really did that. Congress and it's quiet. Like you don't hear a lot about it. I wouldn't have known that unless I read it in the paper. Like, oh my gosh, really? All these departments, which they printed like what he wanted to cut, and then what the current allotment was, and it was what it used to be. Or sometimes it went up. And then there's the Supreme Court, which, as you mentioned on the show tonight, they checked him on tariffs.
Liberation Day.
And lots of courts around the country have checked him on all sorts of immigration issues. So he can't exactly do everything he wants to do. And, I saw him do this interview with, I guess it was the Norah O'Donnell interview, where he said, "You're a terrible person." He is LOL. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
And she brought up the Kings thing, and he said, "If I was a king, I wouldn't be talking to you." Now, that doesn't explain the whole situation. There are things about him he just acts like he wants to be a king. He doesn't want to deal with anybody except other leaders. He acts like it's the 18th.
If he were king, he'd be spending as much time on the media, at least, as he spends right now, because he can't help himself on that.
But he acts like it's the 18th century, and it's just him and other leaders, and they do it. The Congress is kind of a nuisance, and the Congress, of course, rolls over to whatever he wants to do pretty much anyway, but not totally, and not the courts, and not even his own party recently. They, as we were saying, they revolted on the slush fund. They revolted on Bill Pulte. And we saw this after the 2020 election also. There were people, including his own attorney general, like Bill Barr, like Mitch McConnell, like Mike Pence, who was on our show a couple of weeks ago. There were ones who, not that many, and of course Mitt Romney and Adam Kinzinger, but McConnell, Pence, Liz Cheney, these are serious people. Bill Barr, who said no.
And those senators you're seeing now.
They said, you did not win that election. Mm-hmm. You should stop the nonsense. We're not going along with this. We went along with almost everything you wanted to do. This is our moment to say no. So it does still exist to a degree. Am I worried? Yes. But, he's going to be a lame duck president. I don't think he's actually even going to try to run again, although he constantly will say,
I agree.
"There's ways you could do it." Mm-hmm. He said that to me a lot that night. I said, "No, they're not. There's no ways you could do it." "Yes, there is." "No, there's not."
There's ways you can overturn the last election. No, there aren't, as it turns out.
And we'll see.